welcome to the Christmas special of the Studio TV show. I'm Louise and this is
Meg.
Hi, and we're your hosts for this show. Now, we've got loads of stuff, loads of the same familiar faces that you might have seen in the Halloween TV special. So, we're going to crack on with our first feature.
Who is it?
It's going to be Norris & Co.
Oh, I'm excited.
Enjoy.
Hello, I'm Colette and I really love to rhyme. I could write poems all day long, but I really don't have the time. Say hello to Norris. He's a lovely little bird. He lives with a friend of mine, whose name you may have heard. Her name is Jane. She lives down the lane, where Norris likes to stay. They watch the telly, they fill their belly and sleep a lot all day. Norris is pink, he's blue, he's green, with a bite that could be very mean. But he would never do that. So thank you, Norris, for being our friend. And our fun and laughter will never end.
Hello everybody and welcome to Rhyme Time with Norris and Co. This is Norris, I'm Jane and that's...
Hello, I'm Colette.
Norris is so excited for Christmas, he's already got his Christmas jumper on. And he really likes yours, Colette.
Thank you, Norris. I'm wearing Rudolph today. I know. How about we can do a Christmas rhyme?
That sounds a great idea. Norris said, would he be able to say the line first and then you do the next one?
I think that's a great idea, Norris.
So, if all the boys and girls and all the adults want to join in at home, that'd be brilliant. Should we do it then?
Let's do it.
I can't wait for Christmas Eve when Santa arrives on his sleigh.
I'll wake up and see my presents and shout aloud, hooray!
I hope I get lots of presents and some gifts for Jane.
Lots of glitter and bows and a great big candy cane.
I'm really looking forward to my Christmas dinner, but not those horrible sprouts.
I thought that's what the piglets eat and snuffle around with their snouts.
Don't forget to leave the reindeer some food and Santa a mince pie.
But do you think that Santa would like a can of Fanta? Or should we leave him a great big surprise?
Way, well done, Norris, and well done, Colette.
Well done you and Norris.
Brilliant. Okay, so from Norris and his gang, can we just say, have a Merry Christmas. Hey!
Well, wasn't that fantastic, Louise?
It was. It's always lovely to have a little rhyme, so make sure you have a go at home. And if you do come up with any Christmas poetry or rhymes, send them in to us, and then we'll just absolutely love to read them.
On the topic of doing things at home, we've got some wonderful pictures. People have been following our online workshops.
Oh yeah, we've done quite a lot of them.
A couple of winter workshops. So we're going to have a look at those pictures right now.
Fabulous. fantastic. Just absolutely love seeing those wreaths and all the different window displays. Oh, I've still got mine to do. Better hurry up. Uh-oh.
I'm sticking, Louise.
Uh-oh. So, now we're going to hear some wise words from our good friend, Maureen Common. If you've sent in a problem that you want answering, she's going to get back to you now with just the right advice.
I'm Maureen Common, I've decided to share my wisdom big and small. So many problems I can help with, I'll solve them at once and for all. Well, I might do, you know what I mean. Ready, John? Right. Oh, what's that present there? Someone will be so pleased to receive it. It's me, everybody! I'm the present. Did you get it? No, brilliant. Well, John, I'm your present, aren't I? Not too much, though. So, here we are again for Maureen Common's, what is it like? I'm an agony, I can't even say it. Agony aunt, is that it, John? Agony? No, agony aunt. That's, I don't give you agony. Get out of it. I am here to answer all your problems, and I've got a Christmas post bag. Oh, don't the posties do a good job, don't they? They do, don't they? Yeah, they do. So let's rummage and see what the postie has brought us. Right, let's see. Hope you've put these in, John. They better not be wrong. Right, let's go for our first one. It's blank, Sean. What are you putting? You beefing it up? With blank, we don't need it. Beefing it up. Thank you very much. With blank ones. Here we go. Another one here. Oh, who's this from? Let me see. Dear Maureen. Oh, it's anonymous. Dear Maureen, my wife doesn't like it when I leave my toenail. Oh. My wife doesn't like it when I leave my toenails lying around in my house. What should I do? Pack your bags, love. I think that's what you should do. That's what you'd be doing anyway, John. Oh, we're zipping through these today. Do you know what I mean? Especially if they like that. Right, here's another one. Oh, this is a non as well. Is it? It's not a person, that? You don't know with the names these days, do you? You know, it's all sorts, isn't it? Written backwards, forwards, in different ways. Anyway, anon, if you're out there. This one is, what should I do? My girlfriend doesn't like my Pokemon wallpaper. My girlfriend doesn't like my Pokemon wallpaper. I do know what Pokemon is. All right, I do. Yeah, I know. I do. I know there's one called Bulbasaur, so there. And it's cute, isn't it? Yeah. A wallpaper. She thinks I need to grow up. I'm only 43. Oh dear. Well, I think she's right. So if I were you, I'd get yourself down to Wilco's and get some lovely thick paint, get it painted over. You know what I mean? And maybe, just because we're all kids at heart, leave a little tiny bit of wallpaper there at the bottom so you can look at and remember being a big kid at 43. That's my advice to you. Get it painted over, lad, otherwise you're for the chopping board. Right, let's see what else we've got here. Who's this? Oh? Blimey, it's a marker pen. Must be serious. Right, oh, this is from Robin from Twitter. Is that a joke, John? Is that a joke? Robin from Twitter, sending a tweet. Is that a Christmas joke? That's terrible. No, it's real. It's real. Oh, sorry, Robin. Sorry, Robin, yeah. Sorry, Robin. Anyway, Robin says, scenario, real life, I think he means scenario. It's just when we're in a Shakespeare piece, you know what I mean? Anyway, it's Christmas Day. You've forgotten to get your wife. It's all the fellas with the wives and girlfriends there, isn't it? Your wife a Christmas. Well, I think Robin could be a woman though, couldn't it? Oh, Robin, it could be very modern, couldn't it? Oh, yes. So Robin, male or female, don't know. Anyway, let's see what the problem is. You've forgotten to get your wife a Christmas present. And making me salivate at the thought of it. And the shops are all closed. What do you do?
Well, I've already said pack your bags. I can't be having people leaving each other at Christmas now, because I'm about bringing people together. You know, more in common, more in common. So, you know what I'd do? I'd say, have you got any talents? You know, have you got any skills? Well, actually, John once wrote me a song, didn't you, John? I preferred it when he got me something from Pandora, but you know what I mean, it's the thought that counts. So what I would do is look at your talents, Robin, if you got any. You know what I mean? And write something, sing something, embroider something, you know what I mean? Whatever. Do they still do that these days, embroider? Anyway, we've got another one here, so do what you want, Robin. Dear Maureen, what do you buy someone for Christmas who already has everything they want? Oh. I don't know. I mean, John's got this problem, really, haven't you? Trying to find something for me, you know what I mean? But I would say, well, don't buy them nothing. You know what I mean? If they got everything, they're just greedy anyhow. They're just getting themselves all the stuff anyway, aren't they? So don't bother with them, I'd say. What's this one? So Maureen's questions, yeah. Should I get the studio gifts for Christmas? Now, I've got a problem with this one here. Because do you mean the studio, the building? Do you mean the studio, the people? What do you mean? What do you mean? I don't even know where it's from. It's just a line across, you know what I mean, how they sign it these days. Should I get the studio gifts for Christmas? No. Not if it's a building. No. And if it's the people, and if you're asking that question, I think the answer's no. Do you know what I mean? I think if you wanted to do it, you'd do it, wouldn't you? Let's see what this one is. Oh, the writing on this. Dear Maureen, please can you help me? That's what I'm here for. I don't know what else I'm here for. I have got terrible dry hands because of the constant hand washing. Plus my nose looks like a Belisha beacon because of the mask. Oh, Jane from Ditton on the Water. Love Ditton on the Water. Love the ball of Ditton, you know what I mean? Done many a karaoke night in there. Well, Jane from Ditton on the Water. What's that, John? No. No, I haven't got the same problem. No, I've got very good concealer, actually. This spot is not even able to be seen, so no one knows it's there, so don't even bring it up, all right? No, I am not looking like Rudolph, thank you very kindly. And Jane, to sympathise with you, I've got mask acne as well. I'm saying I don't care who knows. Mask acne.
Well, I bet you didn't expect some of those answers from Maureen, did you?
No, something to think about, yes, definitely.
Yeah. So anyway, from Maureen, we'll go over to our children's writing group.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, I believe they've got a nice Christmas tale for us.
Oh, yes, I think it might be a bit spooky as well.
Oh, really?
Ooh, very traditional. Let's have a listen.
Hello, Wayne here from the Studio Rights Children's Group. For the Christmas special, we have created a brand new Christmas story for you. It is called The Ghost Cat That Saved Christmas. The project started when we met on Zoom to come up with possible ideas for the Christmas special. Would it be a poem? Would it be carols? Would it be a play? However, we finally settled on a whole group story. A story where everyone would contribute. We came up with a plot, characters and a setting. One of our talented members even created a song to go with it. Next, each member of the group was given one paragraph from the story to write. After they had written their bit of the story, they had to video themselves speaking it. Finally, Magical Meg at the studio has now edited these together to create the full story which you are about to watch. The Studio Rights Children's Group have worked so hard on this, so we hope you enjoy our story about an unusual cat who shows a young girl the true meaning of Christmas in The Ghost Cat That Saved Christmas.
It was the night before Christmas, and all through the house a creature was stirring, but it wasn't a mouse. Something wasn't right on this night before Christmas, for Mouse the cat was roaming about, with a whiskery smile sent with love, and a purpose for being sent from above. though it still was not right on this merry night before. But have no fear, for love and faith will be instilled to Olivia's core.
It was the 23rd of December, and Olivia was sitting on the floor of her living room waiting to open her presents on Christmas Day. The tree was decorated in silver and gold, and a beautiful small glittering star on top. Big and small presents were under the tree from families and friends, but Santa still had to come with his presents for Olivia and the world. The couch had lots of Christmas blankets with snowmen and reindeer on, also brightly coloured lights shining across the room in blue, red, yellow and green. Olivia was fizzing with excitement on the inside and could hardly hold in her excited squeals of joy and happiness.
Christmas Eve, a cat as dark as a night sky was sat meowing under the light of the moon. His fur was fluffy like a cloud, soft and silky. His eyes were bright and glistening, with whiskers as smooth as blades of grass. His nose like a small leathery button, which was his power at sniffing out predators. His tongue was rough like sandpaper, with little spiky teeth that were as sharp as hollow. The hat he wore was cherry red and trimmed with white fur, topped with a bauble of matching fur, decorated with black cats and sparkles which twinkled in the Christmas light.
Olivia sprints into the living room to tell Mum and Dad about what she saw last night under the Christmas tree. Mum said, "What are you talking about? We don't have a cat." Then Dad said, "You must have had a bad dream or something." Suddenly the cat reappears in the same spot it was last night. Olivia shouted, "Look, there's the cat." Mum said, "What are you talking about? There's nothing there." Olivia started to get angry and shout. Olivia's mum said, "Go to your room now and stop that attitude."
Olivia heard the door creak open and her parents enter the room. "Are you friends now?" her mum asked. "Because you need to sleep." "Okay," Olivia said, climbing into her bed. Her mum covered her and kissed her on the cheek. "Good night, sweetheart. You won't get any presents if you stay awake," her mum whispered quietly. Olivia remained awake for the next 10 minutes until she could hear her mum and dad snoring. She quickly jumped out of bed and ran downstairs. "Mouse, you're here," she shouted quietly. She looked at the cat, who was pawing at the hat on the fireplace. Curious, she picked up the hat and placed it on the cat. Suddenly there was a blinding light. Olivia felt very strange.
A blast of blinding white light cut through her vision like a blade. With such unforgiving harshness, tears were compelled to fill her eyes. Gradually, her vision became clearer as the blurriness was replaced with a mind-numbing headache. As she began to take in her new surroundings, Mouse, who had somehow travelled with her to this new unfamiliar place, sat idly at her feet. It was instantly clear that this was not her living room. Her family's well-kept clean sofa had been plucked from its place against the wall and replaced with a god-awful, tea-stained, sickly-coloured sofa that appeared to be slouched rather than sat against the wall. The family wallpaper had been ripped from the walls and replaced with wallpaper with odd patterns that looked like it would be in perfect agreement with a horror villain's residing place. Her eyes followed the pattern to the closed door and the coffee table and the mantel, all of which were unfamiliar, but yet this was her living room, and she knew that for sure. Her certainty was not unjust. Firstly, she had been in her living room moments before, so she couldn't possibly be anywhere but her own house. Secondly, the decor may have been different, but the dimensions were the same. The mantel a little too to one side, the walls just the right height, and the ceiling just as expansive. Finally, she had a feeling in her bones, you might say, if you were a nan. That familiarity of a room you have passed your childhood through, that inconceivable sense of home. That may account to nothing in your books, but it's definitely something to consider when you're plucked out of your world and smashed right into a version of your world a century ago. Wait, no, it can't be. She wasn't being serious when she thought that amusing thought. Time travel's not possible, right? She was kidding herself. You're not Marty McFly, she thought, but even the Flash or Quicksilver couldn't possibly do all this in a blink of an eye. So if she was right, and this was her living room, then the only conceivable way this wasn't just a bad dream or a drug-induced hallucination was that she had time travelled. Yeah, okay, she thought, I'm definitely going crazy. Searching for the answer like it was her will to do homework on a cosy Sunday night, she came across a framed picture of a family. Another indicator that this was not in fact 2020 was the fact that this picture was not an ordinary picture that a 21st century family would have where a TV should go. Or maybe her family's the weirdos for not having a faded black and white picture of a demented family pride of place on the chimney. Maybe. As she examined the picture more closely, straining her eyes against the graininess of the figures, she saw a family set up just like her own. A mum, a dad, a daughter presumably, stood tall and proud, the man, who had his hand gripped on the child's shoulder and the other one tentatively placed on the woman's waist, had a grin so fake a blind person could see his disgust radiating off the picture. The woman, who stood like an unmalleable rod, ran from her neck to her tailbone, smiled in such a way you would feel compelled to run away if she was in front of you. At last, her eyes were drawn to the child. Her bows and pigtails were pretty, yes, but not captivating enough to distract from the look of sadness rooted deep within her eyes. Like at the first chance she got, she would run and keep on running forever and ever to get herself away from something. She had already presumed enough, so she was not going to presume further, but that look, she believed, would haunt her for the rest of her life. At that exact moment, Mouse purred with an equal amount of venom and fear. A very unpleasant creak floated through the room. Suddenly, the door swung open, revealing the man from the picture walking into the room with a false sense of entitlement. Following him was the woman. She was a lot more elegant in real life and looked at her presumably husband's smug face with judgment and pity. Last came the girl. She looked no better in real life, possibly happier, but not as happy as one should be at that precious age. The man sat down at one end of the sofa and flipped open a newspaper. The woman sat as far as was humanly possible from him and patted for the girl to sit on her knee. Obediently she did so. Nobody looked happy to be in that room, but the mother tried her very best to get a smile on her girl's face, tickling her stomach and pulling silly faces, but nothing worked. Finally the girl piped up and said to her father, "Da, why do we not celebrate Christmas?" Obviously this wasn't what was weighing on her mind, but whatever was, a day of presents and food would not make it worse. Her father replied crudely, "It's a stupid holiday. I don't know why you two care." Throughout this whole encounter, they did not look at Olivia once. It was like they were incapable of seeing her. Honestly, that's just the icing on the incredibly confusing cake. Mouse again purred, but this time with only venom at the man on the sofa. "Somebody shut that cat up," spat the man. "Hey!" Olivia exclaimed, but he couldn't hear. A sense of panic grew from her stomach, up her torso and up her neck. Her breaths became heavy as she struggled to breathe, looking at Mouse with an overwhelming urge to throw up. She remembered something. That silly hat Mouse was wearing. She placed it on that cute little head, and then bam, she was here. "You're not a normal cat," she managed to say. "What are you? The ghost of Christmas past, huh? But like a cat, huh?" Oh, Jesus, lost the plot. But maybe she hadn't. Just maybe she was right. Thinking it would solve all her problems, for some impulsive reason, she took the hat off the cat, after taking one last solemn look at the now crying girl, the mother who just wanted to help, and the utterly oblivious father. A blinding flash cut through her vision once more.
Suddenly, Olivia realised that she was sitting back on her parents' sofa in the living room with Mouse. She yawned as her clock ticked to 1 a.m. It was Christmas morning. When Olivia looked at Mouse, she felt sad and ashamed because she had thought the meaning of Christmas was opening presents and eating chocolate. Mouse had shown her that some people may not have other things that people have, like trees and fancy lights, or even family and friends to share Christmas with. The true meaning of Christmas is to take care of not just yourself. Olivia cried softly into her hands and Mouse snuggled up to her.
Christmas Day. They are finally joined by Olivia's parents. Mouse quickly hides behind the Christmas tree. Olivia keeps the events of last night to herself, but hugs her parents fiercely. They all begin to unwrap their presents. There then follows some dialogue where Olivia makes it clear that she wants to donate half her presents to a charity for children. Her parents are amazed, but clearly pleased. The story ends with Mouse wearing the hat, coming out from behind the tree, but this time everyone can see the cat. Mum and Dad are amazed and look at Olivia strangely. Olivia begs her parents to keep the cat, as this would be the best present ever. They agree, but only after they check it doesn't belong to anyone else. Olivia is pretty sure that it won't.
Absolutely great to hear and see all those voices of the young people in the studio writes. Keep writing, and if you write anything over Christmas, you know we will be listening to it and we will be doing some creative work with it in the new year. And don't forget, you can join us as a new member to any of these groups. This is just a way of showing you what we get up to, really, and we get up to some fun, I can tell you.
We do.
So now we're going to see another group that you can join after the new year, and that is Georgina's Art Space. So we're going to see something that you can do at home, and again, you can post to us, so I'm sure it's going to be fantastic. Get your crafty fingers ready.
Welcome. Look, I've got like a little Santa's grotto going on in here. So come on in, come on in. I'm pretending to be one of Santa's helpers. So I've got my little gnome outfit or elf outfit going on. And we're going to do a Christmas craft. So I thought we would do... Oh, first of all, do you like my Christmas tree? Another Christmas tree going on in here and all my little decorations. Oh, it's very exciting, isn't it? Nearly Christmas, nearly Christmas. So what I thought we'd do is we're going to turn this old Pringle box or crisp tube. You can get them in all different shops. You don't have to get the Pringle one. You can get them in supermarkets of their own brand, and you can nibble on the crisps at the same time as doing your craft, so you can have a little treat as well. So we need a crisp tube, whatever one you can get hold of, and we're going to turn them into our little Santa gift box. Yay! Hi guys, hope you're being good. Got your Santa's list ready, and these can be used as gift box. We need the lid, so keep the lid as well. So these can be used as gift boxes, and you can put gift in for mum and dad, or sweets in for mum and dad, or you can put your own little things in there, or you can put Santa's treats when he comes Christmas Eve, put his little treats in there for him, and it's just a great little activity. So we're going to do that. So first of all, we need old Pringle or crisp tube. Take the lid off, keep the lid, we need the lid. I'm going to pop the glasses on, and we're going to cover him in red paper. So I've covered him in plain red paper, this one. I'm going to cover this one in wrapping paper. So mums and dads or grown-ups have got any leftover wrapping paper that's red, because Santa wears a red suit, we're going to use that. And we're going to quickly put, well, not quickly, just at whatever speed you want to do. I'm going to do it like this. So all the way around, stick your hand in the tube like so, and put glue, keep twisting it round, all the way around from top to bottom, just using your glue stick. You can use PVA if you've got PVA, but this is just a whole lot neater. And then we're just going to place him down on our wrapping paper, and we're going to roll him up nice and straight so it all gets covered. Keep pressing it down as we go, like so. Make it nice and neat, get all the bubbles out. Take that bit down there, stick him down, okay, and then we can trim the bottom off if it overlaps. If you get it nice and neat on the bottom, you won't have to do this section, so I'm just going to let that drop there. And then inside we're just going to poke this one in, so you don't have to trim that off there. So that makes a nice neat edge, like so. Press it all the way down so our lid can go back on top. Yeah, So we'll just take it off for now in case we need to put our hand back in it again. And this is the seam at the back. So we'll put the seam where we've put the glue at the back. So we've got a nice, neat, covered tube there. Now we're going to do his face. Yeah, so simply, piece of normal white paper. We're going to do a wiggly, we're going to first of all rip the top bit like so. And we need a nice straight edge. No, we're going to put our face on first. So we'll go back to the white paper in a minute. So we need a nice piece of pink paper first, and we're just going to rip a strip. Rip a strip, doesn't matter if it's not even, and we're going to take that, stick that with glue, and we're going to stick it onto just over halfway up. So it's not in the middle. It's a bit higher than the middle, and then just stick it round, stick it together like so. Okay, so that's press out the, make it nice and smooth, and that's going to be his little face. Make sure everything's stuck down. Okay, now we're going to make, as I say, we rip that bit off. So we need to rip off a piece of strip from a white paper, nice straight end there, because that's going to be the top of his hat, and we're going to stick that round the top there like so. More glue on the top, stick that on the top there. This is going to be his white fur bit, which is on his hat normally, isn't it? And stick that round so it joins up with the pink, so you don't see any red in between, like so. You just get that nice and straight. Stick it down properly. It's a bit fiddly this bit, isn't it? There we go. Nice and straight, stick it down, and then we're going to do a bigger one, but this time we're just going to cut it curly whirly all the way around, and that's his little sort of curly beard. So both ends, both sides of the paper, cut curly. I've already done that side, and then we're going to, let me just neaten that up there. Then we're going to put more glue on there. And it's really simple this, but it's quite a cute little gift idea. Whoops, I ripped that, don't worry. You can just glue that down and see, like so. And make sure you glue all these bits down at the back to make it nice and neat. Okay, there you go. So we've got him going on like this. And now, if you've got googly eyes, cheek somewhere. Googly eyes, you can stick those on like so. If you haven't got googly eyes, you can just make eyes out of white paper and black paper, or a white circle with a black pen if you've got a black pen, and we can stick them on. So I'm going to just stick that on there, and then stick a bit of white black paper in the middle. Do the same again with this one. And then black. He won't keep still, this little Santa guy, will he? There you go. And then we need a nice big, a nice bright nose. So you can either do red or a different colour pink. Stick that on. If you've got no different coloured papers, you can always draw his face on, couldn't you? So you can put the white paper on, colour it in pink, and colour his nose and that on. And then we need two little cheeks, but I've lost a little cheek, so I'm just going to quickly cut out another cheek, which is just a circle like so. I'm going to put his little cheek on either side, so it goes halfway across the white and the pink. Rosy cheeks, because he's out in the cold delivering everyone's presents. And then we just need a little sort of mouth, don't we? So a little smiley mouth on his little face. Like so. And hey presto, there's the little guy himself. Pop the lid on. You can use glue, or you can use double-sided to maybe, if you've got any spare tinsel hanging around the house, you could stick a bit of tinsel for the little bobble on his hat on top of your lid, and then if you want to, you can leave them like that, and that's a nice little gift box for somebody. Put some little gifts in, or for your relatives, you can make some for your relatives, or then you can add some little legs and arms, which then you could sit on the edge of a shelf, like, well, you're like the elf in the shelf, but you've got Santa on the shelf, like that. So, and they're so easy. You just need red strips of card or paper, pop two together, which are thicker than the other two. There is legs, because our legs are a bit bigger and longer, aren't they, than our arms. Concertina it, fold it back in two like so, and then just turn him upside down, take the lid off, turn him upside down, and you can just pop his face towards you, and then you can just sellotape his legs onto the bottom like so, like that. Turn him upside down, he's got two little legs, yeah, and then you do the same with his arms. Concertina his arms, so it's like when you fold a fan back and forward, all the way down. If you put two pieces together, you do it together at the same time, so it saves time. Open them up, spread them apart, and again you could sellotape these on so you make sure they stay on. So you could just, to the side of his body there, you could just sellotape them on, or you glue them. But sellotape just secures them a bit more. And then the other one, like so. Press it down so you can't really see the center, like that. And then you just need to make two little hands, and you can stick them on like little mitten shapes. Out of black, out of black card or paper, because he always has little black gloves and boots on. And then little boots. So we've got some little boots, stick them on. And then you can add glitter if you wanted to add glitter somewhere, or you can add little stickers for his little boots, you know, little buttons on his stickers. On his boots, and you can put little buttons on his, little black buttons on his body there. Maybe I should have put some on there, but, and then pop the lid back on, and there we have our little Santa boxes, gift boxes. So give it a go, have fun doing it, and have the most wonderful Christmas, everybody. Enjoy yourselves. Bye. Happy Christmas.
Wow. I'm certainly going to try and make that at home. What about you, Louise?
Oh yeah, I think so. I think the tasks I've got to do before Christmas are stacking up.
They really are. They really are.
Well done, Georgina.
Well,
thank you.
I tell you what you could listen to.
What's that?
Whilst you're doing those tasks. The podcast, Studio Talks.
Wow.
Yeah, should we have a little listen, see what James and Josh have got to say about Christmas?
Always.
You're right, Josh.
You're right, James.
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, man. You look forward to Christmas?
I am, actually.
What are you getting?
Oh, I'm getting like a vinyl player, but it's also got a cassette inside. Yourself?
Some clothes.
That's
and a new
good.
pair of shoes, because Santa loves me this year.
Santa, yeah. Good. So, what are your plans for Christmas?
Go in Leeds for 3 days. What about yourself?
I said yeah, like that was an answer.
Yeah,
That's
he's
the
come with me.
Yep, that was the correct answer. My mum's at work most of the day, so we're going for a meal after.
You going to a pub or something?
To Brewers Fair. What's your favourite thing about Christmas?
Spending time with my family and having a major scrap. What about yourself, James?
I do like how 5 seconds before we started recording, you asked me if I knew what a scran was. It's food.
Food, yeah.
It's food.
Uninitiated in the Scouts.
I don't know. I like the period where you wake up and everyone's kind of like, it's Christmas.
Yeah, that happened to me once when I was.
That happened once.
Got in at 5 o'clock. My sister's running at 6 o'clock in the morning. started screaming in my face that Santa's have been.
Yeah. Yeah. So, do you want to ask the next question? Because I asked yours.
What's your favourite Christmas film, James?
Mine's Iron Man 3.
Nice.
Yeah. Thanks. Cheers. So, yeah, sorry, what's your favourite Christmas film?
Die Hard.
2 films that a lot of people
would say they're not Christmas films.
Yeah,
but they are.
But they are, because they take place at Christmas, and like I would say that they both learn I would say that both protagonists learn a lesson at the end.
What's the last question?
The last question is, what's your favourite Christmas song?
Last Christmas. Just to preface, I hate Christmas music.
Have you watched the film Last Christmas?
No. I like Christmas films either.
It's alright.
What's your favourite Christmas song, James?
Do you know what I'm a big fan of? That song, Christmas Is Here by James Swift.
Oh!
Yeah.
James Swift, never done.
No, he's a talented musician.
Just pick up yourself.
Yeah, no, I like that one.
I'll give it a listen.
No, in all seriousness, I really like Miss You Most at Christmas by Bowling for Soup. They did the Christmas album a couple of years back.
Oh.
I really like the Newfound Glory one they did.
It's pop punk and it's Christmas related. James likes it.
Yeah, I have a whole album. I have a whole playlist on Spotify called Pop Punk Christmas, and it's got all the good ones.
All the good ones.
All good ones. Okay, well, thank you for doing this.
In a bit, mean team.
Yeah, mean team. Bye.
Thank you to James and Josh, and you can listen to all the podcasts that they've been creating throughout the year, the studio talks, either on Spotify or wherever you listen to your podcasts, and you can find them on YouTube as well. And you'll hear some interesting tales from lots of faces you know at the studio, and people that pop in every now and again and might do a gig here or do a show, and you'll find out more. Always a good listen.
Always a good listen.
Particularly when you're washing the dishes. That's when I listen
Is that
to
what you
it.
do? Yeah. Oh, very nice.
So now we're going to have some more instruction and get our taste buds going. Can't wait to taste them. It's Kai's Bakes with something Christmassy. Let's have a look and hopefully tuck in. Yummy.
Welcome to the Kai Bakes Christmas special. Today we will be making gingerbread Christmas trees. Here's what you'll need. In addition to the ingredients, you will need a mixer, a sieve, a bowl and some scales, a tablespoon, a knife, a tree-shaped cookie cutter, foil, oven gloves, a measuring jug, 2 baking tins with greaseproof paper, and a rolling pin. The first step is to preheat your oven to 180 degrees Celsius, 160 degrees Celsius for a fan oven, and gas mark 4. And then you will sieve in your plain flour, bicarbonate of soda, ground cinnamon and ginger. Put 350 grams of your flour into the bowl for a start. Next, I am putting 1 teaspoon of my bicarbonate soda into the bowl with the plain flour. And then put 2 teaspoons of your ginger in there too. And then put 1 teaspoon of your cinnamon in there. Next, you sieve your ingredients that you put into the bowl into your mixer bowl. These gingerbreads are really fun and easy to make, and they just bring joy to you when you're making them in the Christmas season. I'm sure you would love to do this with your kids and your family, and at the end you can decorate them however you want, but we'll just be showing you how we're going to decorate ours. Now you add 125 grams of your butter and then mix it until it looks a bit like breadcrumbs. I'd advise putting your electric whisk on very low before putting it on high, so all the flour and the bitty ingredients don't just like puff up into your face. Next, weigh out 175 grams of your light brown soft sugar and mix it into the breadcrumb mixture. Next, crack your egg into your measuring jug and add 4 tablespoons of your golden syrup. After you have lightly beaten your eggs and your syrup together, you add it to your breadcrumb mixture and pulse until it all sticks together. Knead your mixture until it forms a smooth dough and put it onto some cling film, wrap it up and place it in the fridge to chill for 15 minutes. After 15 minutes of chilling in the fridge, put your gingerbread dough onto a dusted with flour surface and roll into a 1/2 centimetre thick sheet of dough. After rolling, cut out your gingerbread dough with your Christmas tree shaped cutter and place onto your pre-lined baking tray. If your dough has run out of spaces to cut into, you can always put it together and re-roll it to make new cookies. Remember, spread your gingerbread dough away from each other, for they will spread in the oven. Bake them for approximately 12 to 15 minutes. When your biscuits are golden brown, take them out of the oven and leave them to cool. Once your biscuits have cooled, feel free to decorate them any way you want. For us, we are using icing as snow, strawberry laces as tinsel, and sprinkles for baubles.
It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas everywhere you go. Take a look.
That certainly made me hungry.
Oh, starving. Where are they? Where are they?
I
Are they in
know.
here?
Oh,
Am I?
oh, we'll have a look after we calm down. Well, I believe Louise and Jane weren't able to make tambourine tots,
No.
but they invited their friends, Pamela and Paul, the presents. Yeah. So, that sounds interesting. Are you ready to have a little sing-along with them?
I think I might be ready, yeah.
Oh, come on, let's have a listen.
Welcome, boys and girls, and everyone watching at home. Now, we're going to do a very special edition of Tambourine Tots. Louise and Jane can't make it, but they've asked me, Pamela Present, and my brother, Paul Present, to do some Christmas songs with you. So, shall we say hello to Paul Present? Hello. Hello, Paul Present. Right, so, boys and girls, what I'm going to do, I'm going to sing a tune, Paul's going to follow me, so you can do the same at home. Are you ready, Paul? Yeah. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Christmas pudding.
Christmas pudding.
Steaming hot.
Steaming hot.
Sprinkle it with sugar.
Sprinkle it with sugar.
Eat the lot.
Eat the lot.
Hey! Oh, lovely. Now, wasn't that gorgeous, boys and girls? What do you think of that, Paul?
I want to do one. I want to do one.
Paul, okay. Be good. Have your naughty song again. Because they're going to repeat what you're going to say.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, well, be good. Santa's watching. Okay, after 3. 1, 2, 3.
Pull my cracker.
Pull my cracker.
Make you jump.
Make you jump.
Now pull me finger.
Now pull me finger.
Amy pump.
Amy pump. Oh, God. Okay, so I tell you what, we'll do a final song because we're all very excited for Christmas and being opened up and everything. Paul, I'm giving you one last chance, just one last chance to do a nice song for the boys and girls.
Right, all
Are
right.
you sure? Okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, so are you ready?
Yeah.
I'll give you another chance.
Yeah.
Okay, after 3 boys and girls and Paul. 1, 2, 3.
Christmas dinner.
Christmas dinner.
Gravy thick.
Gravy thick.
Shovel all the sprouts in.
Shovel all the sprouts in.
Now be sick.
Now be sick. Oh, anyway, boys and girls. Well, just remember the first one because that's all lovely and Christmassy. We're going to go now. And I don't know whether Paul's going to get any presents. So, all I want to say to the boys and girls, have a great Christmas. And Paul, what are you going to say?
Happy Stigmas.
Oh,
Happy Christmas. Bye.
Bye.
We all learned a few new Christmas rhymes there. I'm not sure we should repeat them.
Yeah, no, I'm not so sure about that, Paul.
Oh,
Dodgy.
I think he means well, really. Sure, he'll be good for Santa this year. So, now we're going to hear some more Christmassy tales and poems from the Studio Rights adult group. And they've done a couple for us.
Okay.
And it's just the thing to get you right in the mood. So sit back, have your hot chocolate or your mince pie, whatever you want, and listen to these tales. Enjoy.
It's a month before Christmas and all through the house, decorations are hanging and we're not even scouse. For the year's 2020 when COVID ran rife, so we thought we'd fight back and bring cheer to our life. Let's illuminate witness with tinsel and berries. Who cares if it's early? We need to be merry. We shouldn't need food banks, but people are kind. Thank God as the government really don't mind if children go hungry and cry in the night. While the fat cats are laughing, my name's Jack, I'm all right. So let's have us a Christmas we will always remember. There's not much else better to do in December. Any unhappy thoughts we can try to diminish as we bring this sad year to a positive finish.
Deep into the lockdown and all through the land, the people are mourning the Christmas they'd planned. We'll gather together whatever the cost. They weep for a future they've already lost. And though they all know that this virus can kill, they'll risk it for a bout of post-dated goodwill. We must have our Christmas, the festive season, or reap the reward of our cultural treason. No tinsel, no turkey, no full house full of lights, no squabbling kids, no family fights, no friends coming round, no sprouts, no tree, but worst of all, no annual shopping spree.
We take in the homeless for 2 or 3 days and bask in the glow of our Christian ways. With heart-tugging adverts galore on the telly, let's let halos shine, fill your boots and your belly. Then back out you must go into the new year chill. Just like any season, there's a limit to goodwill. Though I still believe everything written above, there's always room left for that feeling of love that shines in the eyes of a wondering child or an adult who somehow can still feel beguiled. It's not all doom and gloom. There's a bright side to this. Here's to childhood's bright toys and that mistletoe kiss.
The Day Santa Came by Stephen Dignall. It's the night before Christmas, the omens are grave, for giving my children the Yuletide they crave. With so little money, how can we survive? It's breaking my heart that my children deprived. The kids are excited, for what? I can't say. They all believe Santa is well on his way. With rents overdue and bills to be paid, I pray that tomorrow might just be delayed. How can I give them the day they desire? The telly is broken, it's all looking dire. I went to the food bank, there wasn't much left. Just stale bread and cornflakes, I'm pondering theft. I'm not even able to pay for a fire. It looks like the fates have combined to conspire. My last hope is Asda, it's nearing closing time. If Lady looks with me, that turkey is mine. It's 6:30 and I'm watching the shelves. Those last 2 turkeys will not cook themselves. They've been in the cooler for almost a week. They're bound to reduce them. They're well past their peak. Here's the assistant, labourer in hand, to mark down those turkeys once they've been scanned. He's picked up the turkey and onto his trolley. Let's hope and pray I've got enough lolly.
Keeping my eye firmly fixed on the prize, a £1 for the turkey. Wow, that's a surprise. Can I have that turkey? I say so sincere. Not till I say so, he snaps with a sneer. Why can't I have it? It's just been reduced. There's rules to be followed when selling produce. I patiently stand contemplating my fate. I'm certain he's consciously making me wait. My heart is pounding, it's getting late. His type of job's worth I especially hate. Getting frustrated, I finally snap and start to berate this horrible chap. I need to get back to my kids, I sob. It's no good you crying, I'm just doing my job. I don't want to feed them on Twizzlers, I sighed. I may be hard up, but I've still got my pride. Ignoring my plea like a grumpy old elf, places one on the racking and takes one for himself. An elbow, a shoulder, a scramble and scrap, hands grasping at turkey, my chance has elapsed.
In the midst of the scuffle, I'm knocked to the floor. Defeated, dejected, the tears start to pour. I leave empty-handed and trudge through the snow. The bus is due shortly, the north wind doth blow. I see in the distance the bus waiting in line. I make a mad dash, I'm cutting it fine. Breathlessly panting, I stand and I fume, as I watch the rear lights as they fade in the gloom. I finally arrive home only to see the kids at the window, they're wanting their tea. Beans on toast, I cheerfully shout, to moans and groans from 2 empty mouths. The kids are excited, it's Christmas Eve, each of them wondering what Santa will leave. A carrot for Rudolph, a mince pie for Nick. I hope they don't eat them, they might make them sick. I give them a bath and put them to bed, then sit on the sofa, my heart filled with dread. It's too cold to sit in a room with no heat, so under the duvet I decide to retreat. That night I have the strangest dream. Santa, his helpers and reindeers have been. I wake up next morning only to hear children's laughter so full of cheer.
How can they be so happy and jolly, sat in a cold house without tree or holly? My door flies open, they're merry and gay. Come see what he's brought us, they cheerfully say. I followed them down, and to my disbelief, Christmas tree, fairy lights and presents beneath. A warm fire is burning, we've got a new telly. Everywhere's piled high with cake, sweets and jelly. Come into the kitchen, one of them shouts. The carrot and mince pies have turned into sprouts. Sat on the table, to my great surprise, a huge Christmas hamper gladdens my eyes. Sleigh bells are jingling. Who's at the back door? Hoof marks and footprints lie fresh on the floor. As long as I live, I will never explain exactly what happened the day Santa came.
Now we've got a special message from our great leader, TB. Listen up, it's very serious.
Important.
The following segment contains flashing images.
Final Christmas invoice from the studio witness. I simply have to say to you, please, or if you haven't done so, go and subscribe to our YouTube channel where we have uploads of videos as well as the Instagram and the Facebook, because I simply cannot stress how important it is for us all to build as a community and build up our subscriptions and build up all the people who do come in and do go out a bigger place and a better place. Thank you. Good night.
Well, hasn't that been a cracking show, Louise?
Oh,
Yeah, we're getting near the end now, and you know what is a great way to finish out a show, Louise?
What's that?
A little bit of music.
Oh, we've got to have a little bit of music. But you can't do a Christmas show, without pulling a cracker, can you? But some of us might have to pull our own cracker this year, might we? Never mind. Here we go.
Oh, I would!
I did too! Hey! Enjoy! Bye! Merry Christmas! Enjoy Kelly Creswell playing us out.
Gone by, when we could safely be as one, sharing hugs and having fun. Sad to think of all the souls that passed in a year unlike any other. We need to be there for each other, so take the chance to show someone in our life. Send a Christmas card, or better still, pick up the phone. A different Christmas, but one that we'll all get to know, to live with. A different Christmas, so turn on your lights and shine them bright, and pray the next year things will be alright. I want to move on and forget this year. Get away from all the sadness and all this crazy COVID madness. Struggling to look at what's ahead. So we're eating mince pies in November and praying for our family members. So take the chance to show someone they're not alone. Send a Christmas card, or better still, pick up the phone. all you like to shine.